Alright, what's up everybody? I have a different latency set on YouTube. Hopefully, hopefully it's alright. You guys will have to let me know if the stream quality is fine or not or what. But hopefully I can respond to you guys a little bit faster now. Hold on, I'm checking something on my end here. Okay. Hopefully it's good. It looks fine. If there's buffering and stuff like that, you'll have to let me know. 2 words, man thing. Okay, good night. Have a good stream. MSD, dude. I'm pumped. I'm pumped, man. I saw your tweet right before I went live. I'm excited, man. Yes, dude. Guys, if you don't already know, MSD, he just one-shots the Grandmaster every day, just for fun, just as a warm-up. Eats that dude for breakfast, doesn't even use milk. Just uploading these one-shots day after day after day, man. If you want to see how it's done, how to shred the Grandmaster, then you need to, what's it called? Check out MSD's channel. Dragon, send it over 5 though. Dragon, thank you very much. Saying sneaking in before bed to remind you, beware my puns and my wrath. No more intentional typos. Heart. Understood. I don't want to go down that road again. Understood. Slap. Dragon, thank you very much. Hola BG, what's up P-Datch? How you doing, man? Actually, let's scroll it on up, man. Who do we got in here? We got Hunter Creed, first one in here, followed by Brian Escobar, Thanos, Riceball Gaming, Deladoa, Pixie Bell. What up, everybody? Scrolling on down here, we got Not Vask, MSD, Donut Cap, Dragon, Cody. BG, congrats 6.200%. Thanks, man. We got Eric Quinn, Man Falcon, Hobbit with the hashtag whole incursions incoming, dude. Oh man, I'm pumped for everyone else to get to see the incursions. I hope it's a smooth launch and that everyone has no issues whatsoever with the incursions, man. It was a lot of fun. So I'm excited to see what everyone else thinks about it too, you know? Okay, let's get a tweet out real quick. Actually, I want you guys to do a little test for me. We don't need to spam it. As soon as you see somebody put this in the chat, no one else really needs to put it in the chat, but, you know, I'm going to count to 5, and then I'm going to say a word. Okay? I want you guys to repeat that word. Just like I said, you don't need to spam it. Just like, I'm sure there's going to be a few messages, but I'm just testing the latency. Okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hello. That was maybe too many. I don't know why I counted to 5 instead of just like 3 or something. That's a weird way of doing it. But Zola Harris sent it over 10. Zola Harris, thank you so much. Man, hold on. I want to see here. Okay, now I'm seeing the hello. All right, so there you go. That's the latency right there, man. It's still a little bit of a delay, but hopefully it's a little bit better at least. But okay. Zola Harris sent it over 10. Thank you so much, saying Namor missed the champion thrashing by 12 minutes. Oh my goodness, by 12 minutes, dude. So thank you so much for the 10. I'm sorry that you missed it, but thank you, dude. Thank you very, very much. Ghost Dog sent over 5 as well, saying either I'm up late or you're on earlier. Either way, what up, PG? Ghost Dog, what's up, man? I am not early, I can tell you that much, so you must be up late, dude. But welcome nonetheless. But Ghost Dog, thank you very much, dude. Appreciate the super chats, guys. Alright, let's let's get a tweet out real quick. Dearest at Marvel Champions. What do we say? Alright, real talk. Which champs would you recommend for incursions? No Man-Thing BS, please. Wow. Well, okay. This is legit. I normally don't recommend Venom the Duck, even though I love Venom the Duck. I always try to keep it real with you guys and say, hey, you know, he's an awesome champion, but realistically, other champions usually get the nod over Venom the Duck, right? But incursions, Venom the Duck is amazing. Aegon, I think, is really good for them. I've heard Morningstar. I wasn't able to watch any of the runs where Morningstar dominated, but I think, you know, Legacy, Yeet, Hector, those guys were running Morningstar. I don't know. I mean, you know, Corvus is always good, right? Start with the usual suspects. Start with the same champions that you brought to dungeons. You'll have a good time. And then just experiment. You know, every time you go in the incursions, just swap out one of your champions for someone else. Okay. What do we do for this tweet, though? Let me see here. I think something just fell behind me. Well, I'll have to get that later. Okay, anyway. Let's say this. I didn't mean to be so hard on Hulkbuster. He's a swell fella with nothing but good intentions, looking for a good time. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I don't even know. This doesn't even make sense. Whatever. I am now live. Okay. Tweet. Alright. Beaver Guard said it over too, saying, Beaver, I'm very disappointed. I used to be such a good fan, but now I'm an air conditioner. P.S. Happy banana birthday. Get yourself a banana split and dance around. Wow. Wow. Beaver Guard, thank you so much for the 2. Congrats on evolving to an air conditioner. Now you're ready to take on the next Poke Gym or whatever. Is that an Art of Chaos in here? Art of Chaos, what's up, dude? How you been, man? BG, what's the difference between potency and ability accuracy? So ability accuracy is the chance for something to happen. You increase the chance for it to happen. The potency is the power behind it. So, yeah, if you increase the potency of healing, for example, you'll by 50%, you'll heal for an extra 50% kind of thing. That facepalm heard it all the way here. Jeez. Yuki said 05 of the Polish bucks. Yuki, thank you, man. Saying, I want to do a fun rank up. After 6.4, I end up with so many materials, and I need to decide soon. Was thinking about Venom the Duck, Old Man Logan, and Colossus. Well, dude, Colossus is just a monster, dude. He's some next level type stuff, man. He's super, super strong. You know what? I'm gonna pop into Uncollected. Actually, screw it. I'm too lazy for Uncollected. We'll do Master though. Let's do this. Nah, I'm still too lazy. We're gonna pop in a Heroic. Just way too late. Like, I don't even want to change my team. That's how lazy I am. Okay. Let's go straight. I still have more paths. Yeah, for sure I have more paths. But okay, yeah, Colossus is a beast. I gotta recommend going with him, but if you want somebody just for the, Venom the Duck He's amazing. I wouldn't really recommend Old Man Logan. He's not a bad champion by any means, but he doesn't compare to the other two, in my opinion. Don't, hold on. Let me make sure. We don't worry about timing out trolls and stuff. Dale's a good guy, okay? I don't want there to be any more feuding. I thought we tried to stop this before. He's mostly a good guy. Sure, he likes to troll a bit, but I think his intentions are well. You don't have to time out trolly comments about Seaton and stuff like that. It's okay. Sit back, relax. Don't worry so much about modding. Just letting everyone know. For all the mods out there, in case there was some misunderstanding. Sit back, relax, enjoy the stream. Only really need to time out if someone's doing some excessive spamming or, you know, spouting some real hateful type stuff. I want everyone to have a good time. A little bit of trolling's okay. It's how people have their fun. Plus, I don't want to overwork the mods. Because, yeah, you guys do a great job, so. Okay, BG, congrats on 100,000 subs, bro. Thank you, man. Special video by any chance? I don't know. I had something planned, and then it happened faster than I expected, so, yeah. Steven S16 sent it over too. Thank you very much. Saying, yo, what's up, BG? I'm trying to get Elsa in the arena. I'm at 1.3 mil right now. But does Arena have brackets? And how do I know which one I'm in? Keep up the good work, bro. Arena does have brackets, yes. At 1.3 million, you're on a great pace, by the way. So no matter what bracket you're in, if you keep up that pace, it's a lock. But here's how you can tell. Basically it goes by how long you've been playing the game. I think there are ways to tell if you're not sure when you downloaded the game. But the beginner's bracket's the first 30 days. The intermediate bracket is the next 30 days. And then day 61 and beyond, you're in the veterans bracket. You're lumped in with the rest of us, the general population, and good luck. You know, if you're not quite ready for it, if you don't have the champions, it could be tough to get enough points and all that. But even in the veterans bracket, you're well on your way to that 2.1 that Elsa went for last time. As always, I do recommend going higher because we don't know if Elsa's going to have the exact same score as round 1 or not. You know. But yeah. The only arena that, well, to my knowledge, certain arenas do not have veterans brackets. We could actually just pop over there right now. I've spent enough energy. The 5-star featured arena does not have a beginner, intermediate, veteran bracket. It's just the veterans bracket. I think it's because it'd be, you know, too much of an advantage for new players just to be able to scoop in and grab some 5 stars. I don't think the class Catalyst or the Catalyst Clash arenas, I don't think those have brackets. I don't know about the Sunday arenas, but the first 4 arenas here, Summoner Trials, the 2-star, the 3-star, and both 4-star arenas, they all have that same process. In the basic arena, I wonder if somebody's already confirmed this in chat. I don't see it. But I think in the beginner's bracket, it's only the top 50 that get the champion. And there is no 1 to 10%. I'm actually not sure about that. But yeah, that's basically the difference between the brackets. And like, of course, scoring-wise, it's kind of easier when you're in the beginner and intermediate bracket because you're not playing against everyone who has these crazy developed rosters that they spent years playing this game to build up to. But at the same time, it's not that easy to get champions in the beginner and intermediate bracket. Back when I first started this game, I didn't get any champions. Any champions at all. Dale, I am going to remove that comment just because I don't want to start any feuding. Let's just end it, man. Let's just fresh start. If I have to, I will, I'll turn your name blue if there's any more problems. But I need you to not I need everyone to just drop it, kind of. We could have the trolling and stuff like that, but on this case, I'm gonna remove the comment just to hopefully not have any more feuds and just put it behind us. You know what I mean? So hopefully we're good from here. BG, is Hulkbuster worth rank 4? Hulkbuster, if you have a 2015 gem, yeah, absolutely. If you don't have a 2015 gem, it depends on where you're at in the game. Hulkbuster can get you through the variants and all that. If you already have champions that are capable of doing that for you, you know, it becomes less and less worth it as time goes on. Charmer Tortoise, send it over Buck. Charmer Tortoise, thank you very much. Saying it was trying to reach Hulkbuster all day, but he'd pick up the phone, so... Or he wouldn't pick up the phone. Oh no. Why do I get the feeling that this is going to be a terrible joke? Let me start over. I was trying to reach Hulkbuster all day, but he wouldn't pick up the phone, so I went to his house to check on him, and he was crying in his bed with a giant tub of ice cream. What have you done to him? Oh no, this wasn't a joke. This was just... I thought there was going to be some terrible pun. This is just you defending Hulkbuster after the maybe being too hard on him in my video. Well, listen. He's a big boy. He's got that suit. He's got the extra armor from it. He can take it. You know what I mean? Take it. Got me Tortoise, thank you for the buck, dude. I appreciate it, man. If trolling wasn't fine, I would never be here. Yeah, exactly. Trolling's fine. We're mostly, for the most part, everyone could say whatever they want, you know. Howdy, BG. Now that Big Blue's belt has been stripped, by the way, you should get something to hang behind you for that now. What's your next challenge? Well, thinking about 6.4, still not entirely sure what I want to do there. And the beta actually complicated things for a Legends attempt for me. So, can I say butts? Star, you could say butts as much as you want. Here's the thing about 6.4 and the beta. There's full access to 6.4 on the beta. And, you know, when I first saw that, I was like, oh, okay, well, everybody has access to it. You know, honestly, I prefer Legends races to just be as soon as the content drops, kind of the same way they did with, like, Labyrinth of Legends and the Abyss and stuff like that, but I understand why they don't do it for Act content. And I guess waiting provided a slight advantage, but everybody has access to the beta, right? And then I was quickly reminded that no, not everybody has access to the beta. And I hate having some kind of unfair advantage over other people, so here's kind of my options. One, don't touch don't touch 6.4 on the beta and still go for a Legends run. Knowing that a lot of other people are going to touch the 6.4 on the beta if they have the opportunity, further putting me at a disadvantage. I don't know, man. I kind of hate it all. I hate it all, man. I wish there was some way just to have a clean, fair competition for a top 100 speedrun type of thing. So, because yeah, I really don't know what to do. But it's pushing me more and more towards like just go for a casual run. But I don't know. I'm still gonna pop open the dungeon crystal. And go for ghost, and you know I could decide after that. So probably pop that open in the next day or two or something. That's a lot of butts. J-Bet said it over buck. Thank you, dude. Saying 2.5 weeks in and 5k units grinded. Must keep going. Dude. Excuse me. Jay, you're crushing it, man. 2.5 weeks, 5k units? That's awesome, dude. That is awesome. Brian Ned Flanders Grant. Yeah, I don't know. Jay, thank you again for the buck. I don't even care what people think about me in terms of that. Like, even if I wasn't on YouTube or something, I would still feel the exact same way of like, well, I just don't want to even be a part of it anymore. If some people are going to have unfair advantages at it. But at the same time, it's like, okay, how many things do I exclude myself from? Because there's always unfair advantages one way or another. People have always found little loopholes and little ways to cheat and all that, you know? And yeah, it just kind of sucks. So, like, a lot, like, for the most part, I don't want to approach this game in a, like, super competitive way. But every once in a while, I do want that competition, you know? That's why I always wanted the smaller scale PvP game mode that we don't have. That's why I would like a leaderboard on the incursions and things like that, but it's just at the same time, like there's no way to ever put it on an equal footing. It's one of the reasons why I haven't even touched the Abyss. It's because I was so disappointed with how it all rolled out. I think if you just do some casual runs with long day streams, that'd be cool, and keep people entertained for a bit. I'm probably going to do that, Abdo. Probably going to do that. It's strategy, no one forced Legacy to do his run right away. No, see, that's fine. I was okay with that. I was okay with, okay, if people did their runs right away, and they missed out on the opportunity to practice on the beta or something, even though still not like my preferred way, but I would say, hey, that's, you know, people made that decision, and it didn't work out for them. I don't see that as like an unfair advantage type of thing. Everyone could have waited, but then I was reminded that it's not a beta for everybody. There's plenty of people out there that wish they were in the beta, would have loved to sign up for the beta and just never got the chance to. So that's what makes it an unfair advantage. I've turned down betas in the past. I don't know if I've ever really talked about it, but you know, I've been offered the opportunity to be a part of betas in the past, and I just straight up turned it down because I don't want that advantage. For, you know, if I was planning on doing a Legends run for the content or something. Until when is the you have up until the 22nd to do a Legends run. BG, let's test your memory. Have you eaten a turd today? They are quite tasty. Thanks, curious. Oh god, that word sounds very familiar. Is that just a different spelling of eating a turd a day? Or is that actually a word that means something? Hold on, Googling. Googling! Because I actually don't remember what it means. Ah, it's a birdie. It's a little birdie. Hold on. Can we get a... Oh, there's no voice. Unless I go to one of these websites, and I don't want to do that. I have not eaten a turd today. Not that I'm aware of, at least. Who knows, man? You eat some chicken, and well, you don't really know what kind of birds are made up of it, you know what I mean? Maybe I've eaten some pigeons before. I don't know. Started a new account a few days ago. Already have 4-star Captain Marvel movie and 4-star Nick Fury, and I'm almost at Maestro. Wow, that's awesome, dude. 4-star Nick Fury and Captain Marvel. That is awesome. Who do you think is better overall, damage and utility, Hulkbuster or Infinity Man? Really hard to say. I think it's situational. If I was starting a new account, I would want a Hulkbuster until I found myself up against an Iceman, and then I would want an Infinity Man, you know? Like, Hulkbuster, I think is much more enjoyable to play. The abilities that Hulkbuster has, just the explosive damage output, easier to ramp up with Hulkbuster than it is Infinity Man. But Infinity Man, he's got those immunities, he's got the armor ups. Ultimately, I think he's a better defender, things like that. So, a bit hard to say. If I could only have one, it would probably be Infinity Man, but I'm not even sure if that's true. I think I need more time with the champ to determine something like that. Gee, just so I can understand, what's the difference between people having advanced info about Abyss and you having all the advanced info about Labyrinth before you did it? You never mentioned it back then? Well, I kind of did, but it's not really something I wanted to keep talking about. Basically, I wasn't ready for Labyrinth at the time. And I am ready for the Abyss. Or I was ready for the Abyss when it hit. It's... I just don't like having all the info before I get to play the game. You know what I mean? Like, it reminds me of going to buy a new game as a kid at, like, Funkoland or GameStop or Toys R Us or whatever. And, you know, when you buy the game, they had a promotion. You can get the strategy guide for like 20% off when it's bundled with the game, and I did that once. And on the way home, and during school the next day, before I could even get anywhere in the game, it's like I already knew everything that was coming. It's to me, it makes the experience a lot less fun. I think it hurts maybe it's not as obvious in this game, but it's really hurt my experience in other games in the past, including one of my favorites with Classic WoW, which I already knew going into it, and that's why I approached it very casually. It hurts my experience with Pokemon, knowing that, like, okay, here's what happened last time I played Pokemon. Before I even played the game, I knew I was going to play the game, right? The week leading up to it, I went online, I looked at all the Pokemon in the game, and I found the exact Pokemon that I wanted to collect. Everything else didn't matter at that point. Like, it was just... I got to the first gym, and I was like, well, it's not very interesting. And I put the game down. I would love to be able to approach games without knowing every detail all the time, but it's so hard to do that in today's internet age, you know what I mean? And while streaming, I'm almost done here with this tangent, don't worry. But while streaming, like, there is no way around it. Because I like to talk to you guys, I like to take input from you guys, ideas, and then we test them out together and stuff, but there's no way for me to take ideas from you guys knowing, like, okay, well, how'd you get this info about who's coming up next? Is it a guess? Is it us using our brains together, or is it us using our brains together with the help of all of the information that has already been put out before the content was released, kind of thing? Alright, tangent over. Yuki! Sent over five more of them Polish bucks. Yuki, thank you very much. Saying, Brian, I just fought Doom in arena using my Sentinel. His slaps demolished that robo-hydraulic powered dingus. Kind of disturbing. Dude, it's pretty awesome. His slaps are pretty, they're pretty satisfying. You call it disturbing, but admit it. It was satisfying at the same time, wasn't it? The fact that he doesn't break his hand off when he slaps that big old Sentinel, too. It's pretty good stuff. But Yuki, thank you very much. One of the 5 of them Polish bucks, dude. Appreciate it, man. Can you tell a time for Incursion? I think it's going to hit at 10 a.m. Pacific time, so in about 11.5 hours. I don't know if there's I don't know if it's going to start at like noon or something like that. I don't know if Incursions have a different start time. But normally most things in this game start around 10 a.m. PST. Or PDT or whatever we're in, man. I never know. Daylight savings times. Or savings time. Or not. BG concerns about facing Iceman like he's gonna face Iceman every single quest on every single path. So realistic. Much wow. Well, think about my McFabio account. That's what I'm thinking about, at least. Dude, he saved me. Of course, I'm not gonna go up against Iceman in every single path. There's other situations that Infinity Man is good for too, though, not just Iceman. But what's it called? That's just it though. Is like this game, you get counters to things. You need to have the right counters to things. So, yeah, like I said, if you don't need a specific counter, then Hulkbuster, he's awesome. But if I'm looking for that specific counter, well, then maybe I would choose Infinity Man. But I don't know. That one's a tough one between Hulkbuster and Infinity Man. Because Infinity Man's damage, it is hard to ramp up. If, you know what, like if Infinity Man had the Stark Spidey, or not Stark Spidey, the Stealth Spidey synergy just built in, then I'd probably pick Infinity Man. But without that increased duration, it's just annoying trying to ramp up Infinity Man's damage, you know? Which might lead me more towards Hulkbuster. Just a second, Baron's War start when the side switch. Yes, in about a week from now, I think we still have on it, right? Today's Tuesday. Yeah, we got like a week before we can start the second one. Esmir, 7/10. Esmir, thank you very much. Saying, hold on, I see Pokemon. I didn't get a chance to read it all because Stinking Domino is giving me trouble here. I cannot wait to put Suicide Masteries back on. I still have them off because I'm still not done with what's her face, Sorcerer Supreme. Testing her and making content and all that, but cannot wait till I'm done with that so I can put the Suicides back on. Okay, but Esmir, thank you very much, dude. Let me go ahead and update this big old D. Your message is... First time I heard about Pokemon was when I was 19. I was working at Circle K, and my coworker was telling me her sons played it while she smoked crack behind the dumpster. Wow. What a story right there. That's funny that we all have these memories about, you know, our childhood and Pokemon, and that's your memory about Pokemon. I mean, I shouldn't laugh, you know. Drug addiction is a terrible thing and all that, but man, it's pretty funny. Thank you for the tat again, Esmir. Just got a 5-star Colossus. Does he need a dupe? He doesn't absolutely need it, but the Awaken ability sure does help. I would say in longer content, it becomes more important to have him awakened. In shorter content, he'll get the job done unawakened with his you know, immunities and God, like this nebula is just building up shock charges on me. But anyway, yeah, in shorter content, Colossus he's all right unawakened. Where I can earn more 5-star shards, have 7610 shards now. 5-star shards, they kind of come from all over the place. You just need to do the higher difficulty of things. But story quest, event quest, the arenas, Alliance War, depending on your tier, has 5-star shards. Wow, this guy is really a role model for the kids. Speaking of, set those messages up again. Please, I missed them. Alright, I'll try to remember to do that. I've been thinking more about my stream, just trying to make things look a little bit nicer again. It's been a while since I kind of took a stab at that. Last time, the changes that I was going to make, they were kind of meh. I'm never going to change things too much because I like keeping it pretty simple in terms of like what's on screen. I'm not a big fan of like the larger overlays and things like that. I mean, sometimes they look really nice and all, but just a personal preference, I guess. But yeah, if I could make a few changes to make things a bit nicer. Gonna look into that soon. Donut Cop, send it over to Donut Cop. Thank you very much. Strayan. BG just took Corvus to rank 5. Have 6 rank 5s now. Donut Cop, nice, man. That is one of the best rank 5s to have, dude. Got that Corvus rank up. Very nice, dude. Very, very nice. Does the game feel like a whole new world yet? You know, actually, I didn't end up using my Corvus a ton right away when I ranked him up, but I've been using him a bit more. And man, he does shred things super quick. Oh, I knew I was getting hit by that. Mistimed it. Yeah, Donut Cop, thank you again, dude. Congrats. EG, you ready to do the side events? Rewards will be reset tomorrow. Will they? Scrolling banner like the news channels would be cool. Sometimes they're okay. You know, so I'm kind of particular about hold on, let me go back and clear out this event quest because I have not done the side quest. What was I gonna say? I'm kind of I've got a particular taste of way that I enjoy streams, and it doesn't matter a ton. Like if I'm watching someone else's stream, I don't necessarily care if there's a big overlay or scrolling things or flashing things. It doesn't really bother me so much either way. But if I have the choice, I prefer not really having big overlays, and I don't really want scrolling anything unless it's like if I had music set up, just to have like the artist's name and the song name and stuff like that, just because it's not going to really fit such a small spot. But otherwise, I kind of want everything else to be mostly static, and have just the gameplay be like what's moving. You know, I like to keep the focus on the gameplay is I guess what I'm trying to say. Anything that takes away from that, try to be very, very cautious of. I do think it could be cool to have a rotating. I think what's it called? I think Serengo actually had this set up. It's been a while since I've seen one of his streams, but I think he had it set up where like the champion would rotate and it would show like the cutoff prediction or something like that. Just to have like a picture of it. I'm like, it's so tough to fit that somewhere though on screen that doesn't kind of take up from the game. I don't know. I'm rambling at this point, man. I'll figure it all out. You haven't had the pleasure of AQ with Corvus on Suicides? Yeah, I never really got to use Corvus in map 7 at least. I have been using him in map 4. Oh god, which reminds me. I didn't join AQ. AQ is on, isn't it? Hold on, let me look at this event quest real quick. Does it actually reset? 'Cause it still says 7 days on it. Check my last BG. Tweet, found something cool and figured I'd share with the class. What do we got here, Swaggy Spoadster? What is this? Been cleaning a lot lately and just dusted off this guy. Custom MCOC Venom pool figure I won in an eBay auction a few years ago now. Not my proudest purchase, but I'll never get rid of him. He has a whole bag of interchangeable parts and accessories too. That's pretty cool. I'm trying to remember if I've seen this guy before. I think I was aware of this, but maybe I haven't seen it. I think Clobbering Time mentioned something about this figure once or something like that. He looks pretty cool though, man. He does not skip leg day. I can tell you that much. This dude is he got his pump on. That's for sure. Oh man. Brian, I think you'd enjoy Animal Crossing. I spent a good hour and a half catching animated tarantulas in the game. Snickering. Get out of here, Star. If there's tarantulas, I don't want to play. I've tried Animal Crossing, like the original one when it first came out. Wasn't into it, but I know a ton of people are. It's cool. If I'm not wrong, Sprang got permabanned for reasons. He might have. I'm not sure. I've heard things as well. Not sure what's true and what's not. BG, nice one with the Hulkbuster video. Thought the exact same thing before watching your video, and after testing him, he is definitely 100 times better, but needs some unities like Colossus. No reason to rank. Yeah, it'd be nice if they gave him just a little something more. I think he's good as a. I think he's gonna be an interesting champion to fight against. All the healing he has and stuff like that, but offensively, it is a little bit tough to justify it. All right, let me pull in some champions and do this quest just in case it is gonna reset. I mean, this is good enough, right? Yeah, whatever. We don't need to get super picky about the team. Let's just use these champs. Unawakened Medusa versus Unawakened Emma Frost. The way to go is probably Emma Frost in that situation. Medusa, it's a little bit, it's kind of important to have her awakened, but if you are going to be going up against robots, for example, like if you're trying to push for Cavalier, then Medusa would potentially be a better pickup over Emma, but in most cases, Emma is going to be more useful, let's say. There's a new Venom pool from Hot Toys that is $400+ figure. It's way better than this one, but why would anyone want a $400 Venom pool? Oh, that's the one I'm aware of then. Because yeah, I knew it was like $400. I just didn't want to say it. When you said not your proudest purchase, I was like, well, it must have been pretty expensive. Sure, in Kabam's post they said weekly, but the reset was def 14 days. I mean, they did. I didn't actually read through the post, as most of you know. I'm not a reader, but I remember them breaking down the rewards in 2 parts. I was gonna open it up, but screw it. How do you feel about running half suicides? You know, there are sometimes some champions, some situations where I think it's okay to run half suicides, but in general, I'm usually all or nothing with suicides because you still have to pick up recoil. So we call it half suicides, and it makes sense to call it half suicides, but in reality it's like 2/3 suicides. BG, Arloki, you have room for one more? Feel like coming to Arloki Articast? Possibly, dude. I can check the alliance. Hang on. Let's go look right now. I don't know if it's being held, if there is a spot. Yeah, it's 29 out of 30. I think I'm trying to think. I mean, B Manny's in here, so maybe just talk to B Manny or something. I don't know who does the recruiting. I guess I was just on the page that probably could have told me. But yeah. The owner sent over 2. Thank you, man. Saying, yeah, rewards reset soon. It's confusing, I know. Huh. Well, I'm gonna get it done regardless. This is probably not the best champion to use to fight this Korg, but whatever. Magic's great with half suicides, double edge. Yeah. There's a good number of champions that you could argue are good with running half suicides. But here's the other thing, I guess. There's so many champions these days that have ways to increase their attack. So it feels like if you're picking up recoil, to only increase your attack by your base attack by 30%, like it is in a lot of ways it doesn't feel worth it. I did throw on half suicides for some of my itemless runs, so like I don't want to crap on them too much, but just in general, I recommend all or nothing. But both, honestly, like you could go either way if you did want to go half suicides. There's a lot of good poison immune champions out there, or just bleed immune champions, or champions where you don't really want to pick up the poison because it will affect the healing that you'll get from the champ. This is risky. I'm going to lose my Colossus if I don't finish him right here. We good. You mentioned in the past the Immortal Iron Fist incident of 2019. What's that story? Basically, Legacy and I would do these dungeon streams every once in a while, and we were trying to push and see how far we could get. And I died in like the first dungeon or something like that, the first room, to an Immortal Iron Fist. He just did like a 5-hit combo, or hit me with a special 2 or something, I don't know, man, but my health dropped like instantly. He just, dude, Immortal Iron Fist just in general, when you get some armor breaks on you, the damage output ain't that bad. Offensively, it feels weak compared to these champions we have, but defensively, when they have some stacked up attack on the nodes and stuff, they're pretty hard. Send you a super chat. Oh my god, dude, I saw the super chat. Wait. I think I read the super chat and I didn't say your name. The owner, I'm so sorry. Because I think I remember reading the part where, yeah, rewards reset soon. It's confusing, I know. If I didn't say your name, I'm so sorry, man. I don't know how I made that mistake. But the owner, thank you very much for the 2, dude. I do appreciate the support, man. Thank you very much. So it's confirmed then the rewards, they are gonna reset tonight? That's bizarre, man. Or not tonight, but in the morning. That is bizarre stuff. Why am I thinking about this so hard? But yeah, the owner, thank you, man. That's okay. So that's one of the problems right there. That's kind of what led me to wanting to rework my stream setup, is because this is happening too much, man. Where I don't know where my mind's at, but I see a super chat and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna read that as soon as I finish blabbing on about whatever I'm blabbing on about. And then somehow I don't go back, or there have been times where I just didn't see it at all to begin with, and yeah. I want to see if there's a way that I could fix that. Ryan, when your thumbnail said Duck Arena, I didn't think that it meant evade the arena. Yeah, dude. Of course. Don't think the rewards are set, man. Fairly positive. There are 2 quests. Should get a new quest with a 7-day timer tomorrow. Okay. Either way, I'm gonna finish this up just in case. Whatever. BG, do you think it's time for Kabam to update the other extra arenas, since they did that for the Sunday ones? Like add some extra milestones for the Tier 1 or Tier 4 basic, or make the Class Catalyst one not completely worthless? I mean, they updated those ones not that long ago, Abdo. I mean, it was a while ago, I guess, but by this game's standards of certain things getting updated. I mean, we used to only get 1 Tier 4 basic and 1 Tier 1 alpha, remember that? I don't know though. I mean, I feel like the class one could maybe use an update. I don't know if I would really touch the other ones. Like, of course, man, I want as many Tier 4 basics and Tier 1 alphas I can get my hands on. So sure, if they added them, I wouldn't be complaining. But I also feel like players have access to these materials. They can put them in other areas of the game. Every 9 days being able to get a couple Tier 4 basics and a few Tier 1 alphas, I feel like that's good enough. The Class Catalyst one, though, yeah, I feel like at this point they shouldn't be so afraid to give out players a full Tier 4 Class Catalyst Crystal or something, instead of the Ascendant Crystal that they have in there. So don't think the Tier 4 basic needs updating after updating the Glory Store? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. There's a lot of ways to get those materials. Of course, I remember I was just thinking about it when looking at the arenas just now. Basically done with all the milestones and looked at the Class Catalyst one and still said hard pass. Yeah. I don't know if you want to get like the units. Some of the early unit milestones aren't too bad out of those. Oh, come on. Get out of my face, Havoc. Ah, of course I took all that damage right at the end. BG, what's the best buff setup for Venom the Duck? Well, one of the nice things about Venom the Duck is you can kind of tailor it to the quest that you're going to be going into. In general, though, his most powerful buff is the power gain. And stacking up like 3-4 power gains is a really good time. I recommend doing that. So yeah, you want a good 3 to 4 power gains, ideally, and then a mixture of fury and crit, and usually a tiny bit of regen. You don't usually need a lot of regen, like 1 or 2 regens will do the job. 2, honestly, I usually only like to have 1 regen. Because here's the thing. If you have a lot of power gain, you can either just straight up end the fight faster with a level 2 special, or you can cycle to a special 3 to extend the fight and refresh all of your buffs. If you don't have enough power gain, then you're going to lose all your buffs, and I mean, what's the point of having your buffs if you can't really take advantage of them? So if someone looks to stack like additional healing, for example, okay, you might heal for almost twice as much because there's some diminished returns for stacking in its second healing. Or you can just have that regen up more consistently while also dealing more damage for having the power gain. Sidonian sending over £1. Thank you very much, Sidonian, saying, yo, BG, I'm in morning commute right now, going to jump into Variant 1, Chapter 2, 100% tonight. Any tips? Variant 1, Chapter 2. That's a tough quest. I don't know if I have any tips off the top of my head for that. It's been a long time since I did Variant 1, but I remember it being pretty challenging. The only tip I really have is make sure you're ready. Like, make sure you've ranked up a good number of champions. These days we have a lot more Mystic options. I remember Cade made good use of Morningstar. I don't know if Morningstar would still be better than some of the other options out there, like Doom and Claire and things like that. I actually ended up using Voodoo quite a bit for that variant, I remember. Even though, you know, I'm not the biggest Voodoo fan, but Voodoo put in some good work. And then Stark Spidey also put in a lot of good work. I wish I had more generalized advice, but I really don't. It's just tough content that, you know, take your time with. Remember, you don't have to knock out all the paths at the same time. Just take it one path at a time, you know? Thank you for the buck. The owner, yes, let me explain. I even messaged Kabam Mike. Every 2 weeks you can choose, but every week the rewards reset. The rewards that are posted online are for 2 weeks. But the confusing part is that the timer resets every 2 weeks. Okay. Alright. I guess we'll, any confusion will be cleared up pretty soon here. Tom Luckman sending over one of them New Zealand bucks with a... What is that face? Is that an angry face? Tom, don't be angry. What is this? BG, what did the green grape say to the purple grape? Breathe, damn it, breathe. Boo. Tom. Boo. Side note, green grapes, way better than red or purple grapes, in my opinion. I don't know how you guys feel about the great grape debate, but I'm totally a green grape kind of guy. ABG, kind of big problem. I chose the cats and shouldn't have. I don't have the gold to upgrade and have 7 to 8 tier 1 alpha in the overflow, and I'm already out of tier 4 basic from W1. I'm a 4-star sentinel. Is that rank 1? Do I continue to do cats, or to say screw it and just go shards for weeks 3 and 4 and improve my 8 champ 5-star roster? If you can't make use of the catalyst, then yeah, go shards for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, definitely go shards. Okay, it sounds like your issue. Sounds like you may have 2 issues. A little bit hard to tell. I mean, you clearly say you don't have the gold to upgrade, but then I think you might just not even have the champions to make use of all those rewards. Here's a little piece of advice when it comes to running out of gold, but you have a bunch of rank up materials. Still rank up a champion, but just don't level them up. You know, I mean, it's not free to take a champion to the next rank, but at least, you know, if you do that and then just don't feed any ISO into the champ, at least you won't have these resources expire on you, and you know, it's not going to cost you as much gold, and then hopefully you get some gold later and you can rank up the champion then. You know, if you're really hurting on gold though, you might not even be able to do that. If you don't think you'll be able to gain that gold back later or something, but it's something to keep in mind that you can consider. I'm probably going to be doing that myself, even though I have a pretty decent chunk of gold on me at the moment. But I want to make sure that I have enough gold to rank up all of my champions for 6.4. So, like the champions that I'm just going to be getting rid of overflow resources on, I'm just going to rank them up and not level them. It also helps you get rid of rank up materials even when level up isn't on, which is nice. Doing both sides for balanced rewards. Okay. Not a bad strategy. Sidonian sent it over another pound. Sidonian, thank you very much. Where are you at? There we go. Did all the other variants 100% a few months ago. Can't put it off any longer. Only got Sim Supreme as Mystic, but Ghost and Sparky for Tech, so fingers crossed that's enough. Thanks, PG. Okay. Yeah, I mean, for Tech, those two are going to set you up nicely. And you can still use Hood, at least. You can't use Wasp, but you could still use Hood. I don't know. I don't know how that'll go, but just keep that in mind that, you know, the variants, it's not going anywhere. So if you do find yourself in a bit of trouble, if Sim Supreme ain't cutting it, because there are a lot of robots, and Sim Supreme against the robots, you're not going to get that bleed damage, so you can still armor break them and put in some work. But, of course, there's other champions besides robots, but I do remember Stark Spidey being pretty good for, I think, all of the bosses in there. Of course, I don't know about Ghost. She'll probably handle it fine, too. Was Ghost even out when Variant 1 hit? I just realized. Was she? I don't even know now. Can we all agree red apples are better than green apples, though? No. Charming Tortoise, absolutely not, dude. Listen, there's some good apples on both sides. But the green apples... like, some of the common apples that I see pretty much any grocery store across the United States that I've been to, at least. You got red delicious and green delicious apples. And the red delicious apples taste like dirt. in my opinion. And I know people who eat those apples and love those apples, but I cannot stand those apples. I hate them. Like, I used to eat a ton of apples, actually, man. Because it's like one of those consistent fruits. You know, you go to the store, and you could just buy some apples and eat them right away. You don't gotta wait for them to ripen up and all this nonsense. Usually not too expensive, but some of them can be. And I would refuse to eat the red delicious apples. I've tried too many times. Honeycrisp are good, Abdo. Those ones get kind of expensive though. I stopped buying those because of the price. End up costing like $3.50 a pound or something like that sometimes. I'm like, nope, I'm good. $1.99 a pound is like the most I'm gonna pay, but hopefully 99 cents or $1.50 a pound, you know? Yeah, that's right. I sound like an old lady trying to save a few cents on food right now. But hey, man. It adds up, okay? What's up, Hector? Still finishing up my prep, but I also started working on another alert. Hector, man. I like that you're so into these alerts and everything, dude. It feels like you found like a new hobby right there, man. It's awesome. Gee, should I rank up my Doc? Not sure if he's gonna help me benefit, but I have so much tech on my team. Doc Ock. He's a situational champion. I would personally, I only recommend ranking him up if you have a use for him. Like in Variant 3, there's a lane that Doc Ock is really good for. There's some other situations. I'm not sure where you're at in the game. If it's anywhere like before Uncollected, I don't think he's going to be of much help. Could be wrong on that, but nothing's coming to mind. Maybe a little bit in 5.3. Actually, no, I don't know. Yeah, there's not too many places to make great use of Doc Ock in the early game, I don't think. Oh my god, this guy really just stole all my armor ups. Son of a... What a jerk. And see, look at that. That's why I say you don't really need Colossus to be awakened. I just did a 10k heavy attack with one armor up from that parry. Yeah, yes, Ghost was out. I watched the Ghost player stream it, and 2 other chapters cost them a fortune. Okay. I couldn't remember. Couldn't remember with Ghost. But okay. Just wish you had more CSS experience so I could learn from Senpai. Yeah, well... Rip. What can I say, man? I mean, Hector, maybe this is too late to ask you this. But hopefully you found like some good online resources, right? There's some really good websites for it. Maybe we should have talked about this earlier, but... some of them I like. Some of the like most recommended ones to me feel kind of dated, but they also feel useful. But this one wasn't really recommended to me right away, and I think when I was doing more CSS stuff, I think I ended up using this site more so than others. W3 Schools, yeah, that's the one that felt a little bit dated to me, but I did use that one a bunch. Hold on. I think that site was pretty useful for when I wasn't really sure what I was looking for, and I would just kind of look around. But I'm gonna put a link to It's Mozilla's site. I never actually used it just on like going to the site and clicking on different things, but it would come up just in Google searches all the time, and I don't know, I just really appreciate it as a resource. So yeah, you could try using this. I just like the layout of everything, you know, the examples that they have. Here, I'll put it on screen a little bit. I realized I could do that. I don't know why I just linked it. It's going to be kind of bright for a second, guys. It just feels cleaner. So they have like some demos, and you could just click on you know, the different demos for things and see the syntax and all that stuff. I don't know. Just clicking on random things at the moment. Bad example. Some grid type things. I don't know. It's a cool site though. Recommend checking it out. Sorry, I got you to board chat. Yeah. We'll end that. Let's go back to the game. BG, thoughts on Quake? I think she's super powerful, but I'm not really into playing her. Just has a playstyle that doesn't mesh well with me, I guess. But she's incredibly powerful. If you like her playstyle, dude, there's a lot of videos out there of Quake just kind of destroying everything in the entire game. Like, easily one of the most powerful champs. The Tangent Police. OMG, it's McFabby. Oh, wait. Just BG. What's up, Nemus? My eyes! I'm sorry. Why is my Baron's War different to yours? Did you pick the Apocalypse side? I don't know. Is 4-star Awakened Guillotine worth taking to rank 4? 4-star Awakened Guillotine. Probably not. I don't know who your other champions are. She's not the worst champion in the game. But feels a little bit dated compared to some of the newer champions that have more damage or other cooler abilities. So yeah, in general, I'd probably recommend going with someone else. Guillotine also has some powerful synergies that do make her stronger. I don't know if you have any of those. That might also influence your decision. Gonna sleep, Nido. Alright, Star. Have a good one. Did I miss anything? Nah. These streams just come and go as you please. Just chill gaming sessions, you know what I mean? BG, who do you think is better, Quake or Black Panther? Black Panther, sadly, in this game, kind of sucks. I wish Black Panther was better. Uh-oh. Dun-dun. Dun-dun. Dun-dun, 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 dun-dun. Dun-dun. Lola. No, Tom, that's a temporary tangent emote. We're still waiting for the new one. That's true, yeah. At least everyone has access to that, so. Alright, man. Getting these sweet tier 2 class catalyst crystals. I love these things. BG, is Colossus worth a rank 5 unduped? I would say yes. Of course, it always depends on your other options and what you're currently looking for, all those types of things, but in general, yeah. Even unawakened, I think he's worth it. BG, should I rank 5 5-star Cat Marvel movie or 5-star Ghost, both duped. Just gonna put this on auto fight. Rank 5, 5-star Cat Marvel movie, Ghost, both duped. I think Ghost is basically the best champion in the game, but Captain Marvel movie is also a great champion. It's up to personal preference at that point. Like, some people prefer Ghost playstyle. Some people don't like her playstyle. It's kind of up to you. Does the new Hulkbuster have a good synergy for Black Panther? Yeah, but it's still Black Panther at the end of the day. I think it's a 40% ability accuracy on bleeds or something like that. I was thinking about uploading a video on it. I may still. I don't know. Lola, do your farts smell like cherry cola? I can confirm her farts do not smell like cherry cola. BG, should I rank my 5-star Ghost Rider to rank 5? That's a tough one. Ghost Rider, I think he's a great champion. If you have a blade, I would say he would be a lot like that'd be a big plus to have a ranked up Ghost Rider if you're using those champions together all the time. But I don't know. Like he's worth rank 5. I do feel like there's other more powerful champions, so I don't know who you have and all that. It's kind of hard to say. He's not one of those champions that it's like, oh, you got Ghost Rider, dude, take him to rank 5 as soon as you possibly can. But at the same time, he is still worth rank 5ing, you know? Damn, dude, that's so many of these tier 2 class catalyst crystals. That's crazy. It's 40% bleed potency. Is it the potency? Okay. Alright, I'm gonna claim this real quick. Did I relook at the daily today? Oh, that's right, Incursions. Well, that'll be tomorrow. Am I gonna do this lowest difficulty? Is it worth it? There's a lot of tier 1 class catalyst crystals. Yeah, I'll do it. Why not? I like having those things as a back. Well, too late now. I'm going. I don't know if this is worth it or not, but whatever. It only takes a minute. Let's clear it out. Your dog should run the stream. My dog basically does run the stream. You compare that with Black Panther Civil War for 65% potency bleed. Yeah, actually, you know what? Now that I know there's going to be a new storm added to the game, the #1 champion I want to see buffed is Black Panther. Yeah. It kind of sucks that like we don't have a single good Black Panther in this game. When we have multiple. I mean, Black Panther Civil War, he had his place in the game on defense, and he's still annoying to fight in certain quests and stuff like that. So it's not like he's, you know, a total waste of space in the game. But the other Black Panther, that guy could use a buff. You know? I think he actually did get buffed once. The OG Black Panther, if I'm not mistaken. Was it a buff or maybe just bleed potency in general got increased in 12.0? Now I can't recall, but either way, that dude needs some love. More so than just a little synergy. But alright, Yash, sent over 100 rupees. Thank you very much, dude. Sane, BG. Can't seem to pull Infinity Man or New Captain or Doom or at all, or any champion like that. Should I complain in consumer forums or break my phone? Well, I would say the best thing to do is if you go on your phone and you go to the forums on your phone and then break it and then flush it down the toilet, that will show Kabam how you really feel. It's gonna really hurt them. You're just flushing their forums down the toilet, you know? That's what you should do in this case. Yash, thank you for the 100 rupees. Hope that helps. And good luck, man. I hope you get some better champions soon. Hope you get one of those. We all need a Doom in our life. I know I need a Doom in my life right now. Groot? Yeah, I mean, Groot could use a buff too. That's for sure. Maybe your dog opens your 5-star crystal, you can get Ghost? Possibly. UG, as a player, are you the kind of gamer that goes as far as you can? Or are you more like the 100% then move kind of gamer? I usually stick to the same game and... I usually stick to like one game at a time, but usually the games I play, you can't 100%. So, yeah, I guess it's a see as far as I can go type of gamer. If I had to pick one of those, because yeah, I mean you can't 100% MCOC, right? 100% this game would be have every single champion at the max rank that the game will allow. I mean, I guess never mind. I guess you can say 100%ing this game is just completing all of the quests. I don't know. I guess it depends on how you define it. Either way, I just like to. I just enjoy playing like one game at a time usually. Casually enjoy some other games from time to time, but yeah. How are you? How you doing today? Super Slide, I'm doing good, man. Hope you are too. BG, should I take my Civil Warrior to rank 5? Love his playstyle, and he's awakened. Sig 100. I can't recommend anyone to rank up Civil Warrior. If you really like the champion, you have some extra resources or something like that, then hey, knock yourself out. But in my opinion, Civil Warrior is not worthy. But yeah, your rank up materials, do what you like, you know. Every 2015 champ should get a buff, bring them back up to meta. Like OG Wolvie, while still good, has been surpassed by other champs similar. Yeah, I mean, there is a place for certain champions to kind of suck. So, I mostly agree that there's a lot of champions that could use some love. But I think there's some that clearly need it more than others, in my opinion at least. So like OG Iron Man, the champion sucks. But there's other Iron dudes in the game. You know, I don't mind that the OG Iron Man suit, he's just not a very good champion. And they buff Hulkbuster, maybe give a little bit of love to Iron Patriot as well, you know? And then move on. We have a good Captain America in the game right now, so we don't necessarily need to have the other caps buffed up. But Black Panther, yeah, man, Black Panther, both of his forms kind of suck offensively. BG, saw your beta testing analysis, Folkbuster. As usual, outstanding analysis. And your way of explaining is very nice. Good job, Bald Man. Thank you, MJ. Appreciate it, man. Brian treats his games like he treats his tangents. He's really good at making them go on for as long as possible. This is true. This is very true. BG had 15,000 6-star shards, so I try to dupe my Doom with a featured crystal. I'm a basic man all the way when it comes to the 5-star or 6-star crystals. I recommend basic, but they're your shards, man. Whatever you feel like doing with them. Alright, let's... I think that's enough clickbaiting. We can get back to the arena now. I know you guys are all dying to see some arena content. I don't even know what arena I was doing before. I think I was in the 5-star featured, but screw that. Let's just do the basic. Dude, my arena scores have been slacking so hard. Like, the amount of units I'm getting is not enough. I really need to do more arena. Once I get the Suicide Masteries turned back on, I'm gonna get back into it. Just kind of sucks playing arena without them. Yash sent over another 100 rupees. Thank you, man. Saying, do you think characters should be buffed or nerfed according to their comic power levels at once? No. I know some people want things to be more true to the comics, but to be honest, I don't think that makes for the best game possible. I just want to have the best game possible. You know? I like that the abilities reflect abilities in the comics. I think that's cool that, you know, and it makes sense that certain characters, they have the abilities that they have. But I don't want their power levels and everything to I don't want things to go up and down too much, although I do like when there's post-release balancing things, you know. If it's done too much, then it's hard to kind of get a handle on, like, you know, a champion's actual power. And yeah, I don't know. In general, I just want what's best for the game. I think there's certain champions that that don't quite live up to their comic potential. Like, they're too far away from it. You know, like Magneto, for example. But he doesn't necessarily need to be as strong as he is in the comics either. He just needs to be better, kind of thing. I don't know. Can't find the right words. Hopefully that makes sense, though. But yeah, thank you for the 100 rupees, dude. Comic book versions are horribly overpowered. That would not be good at all. Yeah, I think that's true. Who's your least favorite champion and why? Groot is certainly up there. Same with X-Pool Dead Force. I think they're just not very satisfying to play. Like, crappy damage, not too useful of abilities. Pretty much it. You are the first Reno that I watched. Reno? Is that streamer or YouTuber? Either way, welcome. Also Thanos, but he's a trophy champ, so whatever. Yeah, see, that's the thing too. Like, Thanos, he'd be so much stronger in this game, right? But I think he serves a good purpose. As being just a trophy. Reno 911, is that what this is? Am I in Reno 911? Good morning, BG. Tech question. Which capture card do you use? I am 99% certain that this is the HD60S. I think that's what it says on it. I think I went to the website the other day, the Elgato website. because Abdo was asking about it, and I think they have an HD 60S Plus now or something like that, but I don't think I have that one. I didn't even look in to see what the Plus was. I think it's just the Elgato HD 60S. When's Sorcerer Supreme coming? I think she's next in the arenas. So very soon. He has the power of 1,000,000 exploding suns, yet he hits like 1,000,000 ants. Hey, don't underestimate 1,000,000 ants, okay? Like, it's one of the... something that I'll never forget is being in like the... I think it was the 7th grade. That's when I learned the power of ants. I was reading some story. I was in an English class. And, I was just, I couldn't believe that the story had something to do with like a guy being taken over by ants. And I was like, dude, what kind of joke is this? And then, apparently it was like based on a true story. I don't remember what it was, but yeah, ants are powerful, man. Does anyone know how to get the OG Deadpool? Red Deadpool, he's a special one. There's only like 2 ways to get him. One, when you first start playing the game, there's an offer that I think lasts for a week, or something like that. And you could buy the 2 or 3 star version for like $5 or $10. And then the 4-star version, every so often, like every couple of years, there'll be a special event where you have a chance to get the red Deadpool, but it doesn't happen often. And it's always been he's the only champion that's behind a paywall in this game, where you can't just spend units to get the champion. The last time he was around was, I believe, when Goldpool first hit the game, and there was like a red Deadpool ticket to get into the red Deadpool arena, where a certain amount of people got him from the arena. And there is no 5-star version, I don't think, at least, right? So many champions in this game, but there's no 5-star version of Deadpool, or 6-star. Sorry guys that I'm being timed out. It's English only stream. I'll time you out just because we don't know what you're saying. Yo, what's up, BG? I'm glad you told me to wait on the Hulkbuster buff, or else the 2015 gem would have gone to Star-Lord. Seems worth the wait. I like Hulkbuster more than I like, well, kind of hard to say, actually, between Hulkbuster and Star-Lord, but both of those champions are definitely worth 2015 gems. But yeah. They're both good. I guess the pros and cons between them is that Hulkbuster doesn't need as much ramp up. So in general, I'd like to play a Hulkbuster more than I'd like to play Star-Lord. I kind of hesitated for a moment though, thinking about the Rogue fight. The Rogue fight in Variant 3, where I think Star-Lord would be better for that than Hulkbuster. But yeah, man. Both definitely worth 2015 gems. Last time OG Deadpool was around, BG still used to calculate math sums in MCOC. Yeah, I used to pay attention to what was going on in this game. That's a lie. I've never paid attention. ABG, any idea of when they're going to release Cavalier difficulty? Looking forward to it. Don't know. In Dave's video where he was interviewing the devs, I think they said sometime before the end of the year, but don't know when. There'll be a white Black Widow in the game when the movie comes out. Is her suit white in that movie? Feels weird. Is Cyclops Red a good one? I got him 5-star. Please help. I hate to break it to you, but unfortunately, the Cyclopses, both of them in this game, kind of stinkers. They're not too useful. They've got some good synergies with other mutants that are not unique, so kind of work with anybody, but for the most part, nah. Is there a list of champs for that 50 unit crystal? I don't know. Possibly on Reddit or something, but I'm not too sure. Isn't Star Prince mostly useless if he's not duped though? Star-Lord? Yeah, oh yeah. Star-Lord's completely useless if he's not awakened. I just joined. How do you get red Deadpool? You don't. If you just downloaded the game, you have an offer for like 1 week, and then every once in a while, there'll be an event in game. Otherwise, you don't really get them. If Star-Lord had a synergy for carrying over combo meter hits, that'd be awesome. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe not this year. I don't, you know, might be too soon to give him a unique synergy this year, but I wouldn't be surprised if at some point he got a synergy that does exactly that, where like carries over some combo maybe. It can't carry over all of it though. Like if it carried over a 400 hit combo, a little too OP. I mean, even then, I guess people would still use Aegon for the most part, but yeah, it might be too OP. BG, what's your opinion about Luke Cage? Solid champion. He's got some decent utility to him with being bleed immune, able to stun lock, able to power drain, kind of, up against champions like Sim Supreme that have a natural power gain at least. Just reducing and potentially reversing that healing while having decent damage output and not really needing to be awakened. He's just a solid all-around champion. He's not quite as powerful as some of the like heavy favorites in this game, but you know, I still end up using my Luke Cage from time to time as a 6-star rank 1 champion. It's to blend in with the snow BG. Okay, that makes more sense. Guessing we get a new Falcon when the show comes out, since the OG Falcon is doo-doo. Yeah, I hope so, man. It's crazy. I didn't know of Falcon. I didn't watch any of the movies that had Falcon in it until I played this game. And then he was in, you know, I watched the Avengers movies. And I hated him in the movie because of how bad he was in the game. I found myself being like, dude, why do I have this, why do I feel like I don't like this character? It's just because he's so bad in game. So I hope we get a better one. I remember when he first came out, dude, there was actually a lot of hype around him. I don't know if it's just because people like the movies or what, but there was a lot of hype around him. His specials, I remember just like looking at him and thinking like, this character looks pretty cool. And his special animations and things like that. But then after playing him for a while, and then okay, here's the worst part, because there's a lot of characters in this game that suck, and I see them in the movies, and I don't. Sometimes I'm like, this guy in the movie stinks, but not always. But with Falcon, I actually thought after 12.0 that he could have some real potential. Because Black Widow got nerfed. And I was like, oh, well, dude, we need another way to decrease ability accuracy. Maybe Falcon is the answer. Turns out he was not the answer. I love a Moon Knight wearing a suit. Moon Knight's another one that, if I saw him in the movies, I don't know, I'd probably feel some kind of way, like, fake Batman, get out of here. But if they actually gave us a good Moon Knight, when I first started playing this game, he was another one that I was like, dude, Moon Knight, coolest looking champion in the entire game. He was like one of my #1 most desired champions before I started YouTube and everything, because he just looked the coolest. And then, yeah, you play him and he's like, okay, this guy sucks. What about a new Falcon and Winter Soldier when the show comes out, being in the same month? Because both are kind of dumb champions. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind it. Or, I mean, Winter Soldier, he does have that synergy with Killmonger, the guy I'm playing right now, actually. If they just came out with a new Falcon that also had a synergy with Winter Soldier, I think that'd be good, because we don't really need another Winter Soldier. I don't know. Maybe there's more to him in the comics and stuff like that I'm not aware of. But like with Falcon, I mean, it feels like there's a lot more to him that if we got a new one, it feels like could be more justified. BG, have you ever played hide and seek with Laura in the house? I mean, we can't go out to have fun. My apartment's pretty small, man. If you're not in one room, you're in the other. That's it. I have the reverse feeling about Moon Knight, actually. I love his comics, and I was super excited to play him in this. And then I did. F. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure that happens all the time. Like, I just didn't know these characters before playing the game, but I hear that all the time from people. I mean, Magneto, we always talk about Magneto, but so many people disappointed. Cable, oh, this was a big one when Cable came out. So I actually was vaguely aware of Cable before he hit the game. I had the cards, like the holographic cards, and Cable was one of the coolest looking ones. Let me see if I could pull that up real quick. He looked awesome, and I was vaguely familiar with him from that. I didn't really know any of his backstory and stuff, but I remember these cards. Hold on. I typed in Cable holographic card, and a Raichu pops up first. Like, come on. I really need to type Marvel in first? I guess so. I don't think this was the card. There's a few here, but now that I'm looking at it, I don't know if these are the ones or not. Put it on screen. This, yeah, this wasn't it. I don't think this was it either, though. Hold on, maybe you need like, oh, let me type something else in a second here. I can't find it. Yash sent over 40 more of them rupees. Thank you, man. Same BG just pulled a 4-star Captain Infinity War after I super chatted. Thanks, dude. Congrats, man. Good stuff. Congrats on the Infinity, man. Thank you again for another super chat. Alright, I can't find it. But anyway, I was vaguely aware of Cable. And I remember so many people loved Cable. They were pumped to see him get added. He was actually one of the highest requested champions up until he was added to the game. I always remember hearing his name and stuff. And when he finally came out, I think he lost some fans that day. I don't know. He seemed okay to me at the time. And actually, I remember him being good on defense for a little while, like too good. Like they had to change how his abilities worked because he was too good or something like that. But yeah, I mean, of course, this guy could use a little bit more love. It's crazy to me that he hasn't gotten more synergy support, because I feel like Cable, he's already annoying enough on defense that he doesn't really need to be more difficult there. There's been plenty of quests where I've died to Cable. You get hit by that heavy attack and you just watch your health bar go down. There's nothing you could do about it, you know? It's like, it's already too late. But man, offensively, he's got some good abilities. It's just he's so close to being there, man. So close to being a good champion. He's just not. And yeah, a lot of people are disappointed. I remember people actually being mad that Gwenpool was good back then. Because Gwenpool is clearly the more desired between the two, and they were released together. And people were like, dude, who the hell's Gwenpool? Who cares about Gwenpool? Why? Why didn't you make Cable the as good of a champion as Cable should have been? Brian Grant, how would you react if they put you in the game? I don't know. I think it's cool, but also weird. Like, why me? So yeah. If that's what they wanted to do, I'd be like, hey man, awesome. But are you guys sure about that? There's a bazillion other cooler things that you could add to the game. Fun fact: Cable and Thanos are both Goonies. Well, it's the same. It's the same guy, right? Brian, what happened to big head mode? Ah, dude, I'm sorry. I should have went big head mode. I do have big head mode working. There was a period of time where I stopped using it because I wasn't sure if it worked, but it still works. I'm so sorry. I'll go back to big head mode on the next time we look something up. I got used to not using it, is what happened. How do you beat buffet node? I'm stuck on 5.4.6. Well, buffet, they get the healing anytime you gain a buff. So you can play champions that just naturally don't gain buffs and try not to gain the dexterity buff. Heavy attacks can sometimes be helpful with this, or you know, if you do parries and just do 4-hit combos and then dash back and set up the next parry, that could be good. Or you can use champions that can prevent the healing, like a heal block, or if you pick up the Despair Mastery and just have lots of debuffs, you can prevent healing that way as well. Man, I kind of forget how to play Squirrel Girl. I remember having fun with her, though. Some of these champions I wish I could have as 5 stars and ranked up and all that, but there's just so many champions in the game. PG, what champs would you love to see added to the game? I don't really know that many Marvel characters, but there's 2 that I'm gonna tell you about. 1, Jubilee. 2 legit characters. I'm not even gonna go to my usual Rabies Rocket, but I guess he gets the honorary special mention. But two actual legit characters. One would be Jubilee, and the other would be Darwin. I think he would have some cool abilities. I learned a little bit about him when I was doing my long shot research, and his body just seems to adapt to anything around to make him survive. So I think there's a lot of mechanics you could add to make him interesting. You could either make him really overpowered and just make him like, oh yeah, I'm just immune to everything, and maybe there's like a cooldown on it, but that would still be really strong. Or you could go a less overpowered route and maybe make him adapt to very specific things, but maybe not adapt to everything. Oh God, using Ghost before you get to the Infinite Streak. And all passive. I went for it. Oh, get out of my face, Dormammu. Yeah, sending over another 40 rupees. Thanks, man. Saying, what if they added Adam Warlock and made him a doo-doo? I mean, I don't know much about Adam Warlock, but he was another one that I used to hear all the time when people were going through like their most requested characters. So, I mean, I don't want him to be bad, but I also don't know anything about him, so like it wouldn't affect me, you know, on like a personal level. But of course, I want them to add someone good. You can make him slowly become immune over time? Maybe. Some of those types of mechanics don't work all that well in game, though. Like, sometimes you need that that resistance or immunity or whatever fast, you know. In the comics, his mutation once literally gave him teleportation to keep him from dying. Wow. I did not read that comic. Yeah, I saw him mutate into certain things. It's pretty cool. There's probably a lot of characters that people would love to see added to the game, but like maybe they wouldn't be such good fits for the game, you know? Like Kabam, they gave an example years ago of God, what's her name? She had the TV show Jessica Jones. So they gave the example with Jessica Jones where their reasoning why they never added her as a playable character is they just felt like they couldn't come up with interesting enough abilities. I'm sure they could, you know, they could make up some abilities. It's not like it would be an impossible job for them. But I guess they just rather have added other characters with even more interesting abilities. I imagine that's how it is for a bunch of characters. They also gave the opposite example of they wanted to add characters, but they wanted to wait until like they developed the tech for it. Like Carnage was one of those characters where they wanted like like visually to be able to do certain things with like the tentacles. I think that was an example of it, at least. I remember them talking about that with Venom. I believe they also mentioned about Carnage. It's kind of good in a way. I mean, if you think about someone like Doctor Doom, What if Doom got added when this game first came out? He wouldn't be as good as he is now, you know? Animation-wise or ability-wise. So, on the one hand, yeah, it sucks waiting for your favorite character to be added to the game. On the other hand, chances are they're going to be a cooler character when they do get added. And sometimes, no matter how long you wait, the characters still kind of suck. But, yeah. That's just this game. Spider Pig? Yeah, man. When Spider Pig gets added in 2025, he's going to run the contest. So they added Karnak and Elektra, but they couldn't add Jessica Jones. Well, like I said, they could have. They could add. Honestly, man, they could add whatever characters they want, you know. But I don't know what their justification is for choosing those characters over over Jessica Jones. Maybe they just wanted more of the Inhumans. Maybe it was an influence from Marvel. From my conversations with Kabam, I think it's like mostly in Kabam's control of who gets added, but I'm sure there are times where Marvel's like, hey, listen, you guys could add whatever characters you want, but on this month, this character needs to be released, you know, to tie in with whatever's going on. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe they maybe they needed more Inhumans, or maybe it just fit the story. I don't know. Who really knows, man? It'd be fun to, like, there's all these little things that pop up that I don't usually think about when I'm at Comic-Con, but it'd be good to be able to, like, it'd be fun to sit down with Gabe from Kabam and ask him all these little things, you know? Karnak sees the immediate future and calculates ability accuracy stuff. Jessica Jones is really just strong. Yeah, Karnak does seem like you could do more things with him. I think you're right. Think movie tie-ins are great for the game? Of course, man. Movie tie-ins, dude, it goes both ways. Like, and I remember hearing people actually complaining about movie tie-ins, like, they're just using this game to advertise to us and stuff. Like, come on, man. Like, sure, yeah, it helps to get people excited about the movies and stuff, but if they didn't do movie tie-ins, people would request them, because that's what everybody wants. It's everybody wins kind of situation, you know? Kabam wins, Marvel wins, the player base wins. The more they can tie things together, usually the better. I have way too many crystals. Crystal cleanup has to be coming soon. Love to see Beta Ray Bill added. Yeah, I hear that one all the time too. DG, what's your opinion about the gifting fraud event? I don't really have much of an opinion. I don't know all the details. Of course, I hate when anybody cheats in any way. Especially with something as serious as fraud, but because I don't know all the details, I kind of just leave that up to Kabam and Apple and all that. Oh, there's some units, baby. Come on, 225 me. 225 me. Yes, 225. That's what I'm talking about, baby. It's been a little while since I got a 225er. Feels good. I think they just did a teaser for Spider-Verse Best Spider-Man movie. Did they? Do you remember when MSD called out Kabam and then the announcer was like, "You wouldn't be here without Kabam"? I do remember that. It was pretty funny. It was funny, and it was funny on like in both comments were funny, you know. It's funny that that MSD said thanks Kabam or something. And then it was funny that the announcer, he's like not with Kabam, but he's right, you know. He's an announcer that works with Marvel pretty frequently. He's right, but yeah, I don't know. Both were funny. Just some good banter between them, I'd say. Sub BG, did you get Elsa? How do you like her? So I haven't played with her yet, even a single time, but I did get her, and I took her up to rank 3. In future level up events, I'm going to take her to rank 5. I think I want to get her to rank 5 before I really mess with her. You know? Yash sending over 40 more of them rupees saying, so, are they going to add Eternals in November then? No clue, man. I have no idea. I do not know. But Yash, thank you for another 40 rupees. Appreciate it, dude. Did somebody say Elsa? What's up, Hector? Alright, let's scroll it on down. The announcer was on Kabam Mike's payroll. I mean, so here's the thing. I do think it was funny. I got a good chuckle out of it, you know? But like generally, you know, I like to be a more positive person, right? Not just with this game, but just in life. But of course there's things that I dislike about this game, and there's tons of things that I talk about this game that I dislike. Alliance War pretty much entirely. Certain champion balance. The old dungeons before they became Incursions. Honestly, still some things about Incursions I don't like either, right? But I also wouldn't bring that stuff up on stage. I feel like there's a time and a place for those things, you know? So that's like there and like the Summoner Showdown and things like that. Yeah, those aren't places I'd bring up my gripes. After the fact, during a live stream or something, I'd be like, those SOBs, they nerfed She-Hulk or whatever MSG said, you know. Read last, Baldy. What do we got, Lakers Bodyguard? One more read last. $225 me sounds like my stripper on full action. Wow. Well. Who would you say is the best Mystic champion? A little bit hard to say. I would give the nod to Doom, but I don't have experience with endgame content when it comes to Doom or Claire. Some people say Claire is the best Mystic. I'd probably favor one of those, and with my inexperience, say Doom. It's all situational, though. I mean, in some situations, Sim Supreme is the best, you know. In others, Morningstar, maybe better. Long Shot. Mojo. There's a lot of good Mystics. Alright, anyway though guys, it's getting to be pretty late. Thank you very much to Zolo Harris. Shout out to Namor. And Esmir for being tonight's biggest D's. Thank you very much. Nobody comes close to the Slap Master. Yeah. Units get you real excited. Too excited? Show us your hands next time. Wow. Really? Alright. Thank you to everyone else, too. Not just the big Ds. Thank you to everyone else sent over Super Chat and everyone just for hanging out. It's fun as always. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Night, everybody.